Hi, everyone, and welcome to the annual Ideas Social Innovation Award Ceremony. I'm Lauren TYGER, Assistant Dean of Social Innovation at the MIT PKG Public Service Center, and your host today. Thank you for joining us. The Ideas Social Innovation Challenge has been around now for 22 years at MIT, combining MIT's rigorous technical education and entrepreneurial culture, all through a lens of community-based and sustainable positive social change. Today is a celebration of that spirit of innovation, public service, and social innovation at MIT. It's been my great joy shepherding our social innovation efforts at the PKG Public Service Center, particularly the MIT Ideas Social Innovation Challenge. Alongside a dedicated team of students, staff, and colleagues, we've turned what's been known as a competition into a robust educational program in line with the PKG Center values of providing students with ethics-rooted and rigorous experiential learning opportunities. I invite you to visit our website to view the over 200 teams that we have awarded over the last 22 years and to listen to some of their stories through the Ideas That Inspire podcast that was released during our 20th year celebration. And with that, I would like to turn the floor over to PKG Center Associate Dean and Director, Jill Bassett.
Thanks so much, Lauren. On behalf of the MIT PKG Public Service Center, thank you for your participation in the celebration. Over the last 22 years, Ideas has awarded over $1.1 million to over 200 teams addressing societal and environmental challenges globally. Incredibly, through the work of our extraordinary student-led teams, Ideas has impacted over 2.5 million people over the years. This kind of impact would not be possible without the commitment of many. We want to honor the individuals and the organizations that have made the Ideas program possible. So today I would like to thank this year's fabulous reviewers. There are many, many names. Our generous pitch mentors, our impressive group of judges, our awesome seminar series speakers, and each and every one of our talented PKG Center colleagues. I also want to thank all of our supporters and cheerleaders. We applaud each of you. With that, I am extremely delighted to introduce this year's keynote speaker, Kevin Kung. Kevin earned his PhD from MIT in 2017, focusing on biofuels and renewable energy. He received PKG fellowship funding to begin his project in renewable energy, TYGER. TYGER went on to become an Ideas Social Innovation Challenge grantee in 2012 and received $5,000 in funding to implement its work. TYGER is on a mission to fight climate change by transforming massive amounts of waste biomass into marketable products around the world. Kevin currently serves as the Chief Technology Officer of TYGER. He received his bachelor's in physics from Princeton University and his master's in physics from the University of Cambridge. Kevin was a Cyclotron Road Entrepreneurial Fellow from 2018 to 2021 and is currently a Breakthrough Energy Fellow. Welcome, Kevin.
Thank you, Jill, for the kind words. I'm beyond honored to be here today, but I also feel a little bit guilty as during my 8 years as a PhD student at MIT, I probably used the PKG and Ideas ecosystem and again to the point of abuse. So I was awarded a PKG fellowship twice, and then went on to apply to the Ideas Global Challenge no less than 5 times, of which I won 3 times. So my secret to you is that there's no limit to how many times you can make use of this wonderful ecosystem. Even if you did not win one of the cash prizes today, this is not a fight to your death competition, but rather a friendly arena where you can always return again and again to refine your ideas and skills. Now, as I look back to my MIT years from 2009 to 2017, I couldn't help reflecting how I was attracted to this hard-to-escape ecosystem in the first place, and what it has taught me about building things that matter. For me, as a nerdy, socially awkward engineer, these skills did not come naturally, but rather were taught to me in a hard way. My first foray into public service was with the MIT Engineers Without Borders project, which was founded by a PKG fellowship. Over IAP 2010, we were working with a small village in Uganda, and I'd experimented with different types of low-cost water filters, such as biosand filters, as well as the solar pasteurizer that could provide drinking water from contaminated ground wells. During my 4 weeks in Uganda, I built different iterations of water filters and eventually hosted a community workshop to teach the villagers about these different technologies. After I returned to MIT, I became a bit despondent when none of the villagers decided to adopt my technologies. What I then realized was that these villagers, the quality of drinking water was not a huge issue, as in their culture, generally they boil their water to drink tea. Rather, they had serious problems with water access, which other MIT students later did address. But it made me feel like an idiot for being blind to such basic facts about life of a different country. And I started thinking how I could build things that matter. That's when I decided to enroll in Amy Smith's D-Lab development class. As many of you know, the D-Lab's philosophy is focused on creating intimate connections with community partners on the ground, and then working with them to co-create solutions. I put that concept to the test during my next trip to Ghana. I was working with something called interlocking stabilized blocks, which are construction clay bricks made from special presses that could fit into each other like Legos. This reduces the need for cement, which is often very expensive in rural areas. When I got to Ghana, Amy put me in touch with two local brick makers, Abraham and Abraham. I found them beside a large clay pit. One Abraham was standing in the pit barefoot, constantly stepping on the knee-deep moist clay, while the other Abraham poured water into the pit. Then occasionally they had to shovel the clay out of the pit and put it into square molds. The clay bricks were then left to dry in the sun. At first, I observed their work quietly, occasionally asking questions to clarify things. But soon I ran out of questions, and I knew that if I wanted to learn more about the process, I need to hop into the clay pit myself. I must admit that despite what I learned from Amy Smith, I came quite unprepared for this type of work. It was dirty and arduous, and I was not dressed appropriately. It was tempting to simply watch that day and offer to return the following day to help. But deep in my heart, I somehow knew that it had to take place that day, my one and only chance. Eventually, I picked up some courage and asked if I may help. Both Abrahams paused and looked at me. If you wish, one of them answered. So I took off my shoes, rolled up my pants, and jumped in. My feet and legs started to learning about the nuances of brick making that I could not have known from simply observing. I felt the texture of the clay, sensed which of the stones needed to be picked up and thrown away, and got to know from the softness of the clay when it was time to stop pouring water. In those few hours, I learned more about traditional brick making than I did through an entire semester's research at MIT. More importantly, I learned that most of the local houses were 1 story high with thatched roof. These were not structurally demanding buildings. Thus, expensive cement was not used at all. There was just dried clay bricks with a thin layer of clay to hold everything together. Thus, the value proposition for interlocking stabilized blocks was not immediately clear in this particular community. That wasn't other bad news, I guess, but even though once again, my technology didn't end up gaining traction there, I felt a lot less like an idiot than during my first trip to Uganda. This time I didn't end up building something that the community politely refused. Rather, after an in-depth mutual conversation, we collectively came to the conclusion based on the facts on the ground. It was also during this time, during a separate trip to Kenya through an action learning class offered at MIT Sloan, that I started noticing a different problem. I saw piles of charcoal being traded by the roadside. This piqued my interest as generally I don't see so much charcoal in the United States, except during 4th of July. So by speaking to my Kenyan partners, I realized that a solid fuel like charcoal is used by 3 billion people worldwide as a cooking fuel. and that most of the fuel comes from cutting down trees that don't get replanted. So I asked the PKG Fellowships program for more money to return to Kenya to investigate the charcoal supply chain. With our partners, we started looking into how we could turn other types of agricultural residues like rice husks, which are often burned in open air, into alternative eco-friendly charcoal. That was my first attempt in the MIT Ideas Global Challenge in 2012. We ended up winning $5,000 and used that as seed money to do some initial prototyping on the ground in Kenya. What I realized was that while I was in Kenya during IAP and summer, the project progressed, but when I was back at MIT, progress invariably slowed. I eventually became the project's bottleneck. To resolve this, we decided to hire a dedicated local team. That's when I met Samuel and Joyce, who grew up in rural Kenya and were intimately familiar with the charcoal problem. They became the CEO and COO of the project. Soon we ran into a problem. We are working with rice husks, which have a lot of ash. When we tried to combust the rice husk-based charcoal fuel, the whole stove became covered in ash, and we could not even boil water. We're in a bind. We had purchased more than 10 tons of rice husks, but we couldn't produce any product to sell. Suddenly, Samuel and Joyce found a buyer for the rice husk char we were producing, and it was a large mosquito coil company. I was intrigued. Why does a mosquito coil company want our char? Turned out that in order to ward off mosquitoes at night, many households burn mosquito coils constituted from sawdust and insecticide. The problem with sawdust was that it emits significant smoke. Studies estimate that burning one mosquito coil overnight emits as much smoke as 138 cigarettes. It also turned out that if we replace the sawdust with char, the smoke level was reduced by more than 90%. This new type of clean burning mosquito coils we were co-developing with mosquito coil manufacturer became known as SZE-WEN coils. We sold more than 1 million of this, and we applied and won our second Ideas Global Challenge in 2014 based on this concept. While this was an exciting product, unfortunately, we never got the unit economics to work, and eventually we were bleeding cash and had to abandon the project. At that time, Samuel and Joyce, being farmers themselves, started looking into the idea of turning the charcoal we were producing into a soil amendment. That is, if you mix it with nutrients, it becomes a biochar-based fertilizer, which we call sapi-sarvi. That rural farmers could use to reverse soil degradation and improve their yields. Originally, I was very skeptical of the idea and tried to convince the team to continue try our SZE-WEN coils. But eventually, Samuel and Joyce started showing me videos of farmers giving glowing testimonies of how the biochar-based fertilizer is changing their lives and lifting themselves out of poverty. That's when I became convinced that Samuel and Joyce were onto something huge. We eventually rebranded the company as SAPI Organics, which today serves more than 10,000 farmers, improving their harvest yield on average by 27%, and generating close to $1 million in rural livelihood per year. Growing the team means relinquishing control over the project's storyline. Initially, I was quite reluctant to do that, but ultimately, Samuel and Joyce were much more attuned to the local farmers' needs than I could ever hope to do, and they took the project to places that I alone could never go myself. However, during my time working with SAPI Organics on the technology side, I became intimately familiar with the various shortcomings of the charcoal production process. My co-advisor at MIT at the time, Alex Slocum, was crazy enough to suggest that I improve this process as my PhD thesis, which I did with Professor Goni. We started again with human-centric customer discovery with our stakeholders and finding trusted local partners on the ground in India. In this case, Vijay Mohan, who became our eyes and ears and eventually became my startup's Takachar CEO. What we realized by speaking to farmers and others in the biomass supply chain is that crop and forest residues are loose, wet, and bulky, making them very difficult and expensive to collect and transport. And as such, most rural communities are shut out from the benefits of the bioeconomy, and the only recourse is to burn their residues in open air, which creates not only air pollution, but also can exacerbate catastrophic wildfires in places like California. So we started imagining small-scale, low-cost portable systems that can latch onto the back of tractors and pickup trucks and deploy to rural hard-to-access regions to locally upgrade and densify the residues on site into higher value carbon-based bioproducts such as biofuels, chemicals, and biochar-based fertilizers. This creates localized, self-sufficient bioeconomies as well as livelihood in the most underserved, hard-to-access regions, thereby advancing climate justice. It took us 4 years and 2 prototypes to build an initial validation. Technology then became my third and final Ideas Global Challenge Award in 2016. After I graduated, I spun out a technology as my startup company, TYGER, and continue scaling the technology with the support I Activate and Breakthrough Energy. Lessons I learned through the PKG and Ideas journey would be repeated as we expand our prototypes beyond Kenya, India, to California, Colorado, and the Native American tribes in northern Canada. The techniques of human-centered design with community partners and customers, as well as our decentralized governance model, didn't stop when we developed our first viable product, but were repeated again and again and again. And eventually they became our organization's very own DNA. I would like to close by congratulating you all for taking up the Ideas Challenge and commencing what sounds like a very exciting journey, one that I only wish I could be a part again. As you turn your ideas into reality, I'd like to challenge you to find the right times to jump into the clay pit, such that you become one with the communities you serve. When the right time comes, I also hope you will know how to give up control of the project's narrative and let other champions lead the way, such that it can blossom even beyond what you can imagine in your wildest dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin, for your inspiring remarks. Having you back here with us today could not be more fitting and meaningful to our celebration of social innovation. Thank you for the work that you do. And now we will begin the awards presentation. But first, a bit about our cohort. It is diverse in every manner of the word, from the sectors that projects are addressing to gender participation and leadership and entity types. Each finalist has been awarded a $1,000 seed grant. And today, 8 teams will receive additional funding to build their projects. Our judges had such a difficult time deciding this year that we are thrilled to be offering an additional jury grant of $5,000 this year. Today, 5 teams will receive jury grants between $5,000 and $20,000. And 3 teams that are not receiving the juried grants will receive a $2,500 crowd favorite grant by way of the record-breaking 4,500 votes in our virtual showcase. We are so grateful for the continued partnership with MIT Solve, our platform sponsor for 4 years. We are grateful for our continued partnership with MIT Solve, our platform sponsor for 4 years. Today, we are thrilled to be joined by Eliza Berg, Lead of Learning and Solve Ed Communities at MIT, who will announce the 3 recipient teams of this year's Crowd Favorite Awards. Without further ado, Eliza.
Thank you so much, Lauren. It is such a pleasure to be here today. MIT Solve is so happy to be a partner, continuing to support social innovation at MIT. I'm really excited to announce this year's Crowd Favorite Grants to teams that together received over 2,500 votes. We're thrilled to award the first Crowd Favorite grant to a team that's making architectural and engineering services accessible for low and middle income families in Latin America. Team La Ferme, congratulations. The second Crowd Favorite grant goes to a team that's providing a low-cost, sustainable solution that provides stable and quality supply of water through strengthening wash inclusion to communities at the local level that lacks this as a basic human need. It aims to enable widespread use of safely managed, sustainable sanitation services that contribute to positive health, economic, and gender equality outcomes for the world's poorest populations. Team Tanky, congratulations. And the third and final crowd favorite grant goes to a team that's helping high-risk women access cost-effective and life-saving preventative interventions for maternal mental health care. Team Nurture, congratulations. Round of applause for everyone. Congratulations to these teams. We're so excited to celebrate with you. If you're here and you would like to say something, we welcome you to come on screen, starting with La Ferme, then Tanky, and then Nurture.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. This is a great opportunity for us. This will enable us to keep working really hard to achieve our vision. And thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the team, and thank you for all the team that was behind ideas. It has been a really incredible journey for us.
I would like to start by thanking Ideas for their tremendous support and mentorship for the very important work that we are doing. A big thanks to my team who's joined, Shreya, Najne, and Vineka Daria, based in India, who've been a constant support for the on-ground work that we do in India. Lastly, the jury for their kind feedback and suggestions. My country is set to become the most populous country by the middle of this year. The award couldn't have been more well-timed for us, and we continue to while we continue to tackle the water and sanitation crisis there. So thank you so much.
Hi, and I'm Kristen Ellefson representing Nurture today. I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity to continue to work for women suffering from postpartum depression. And a huge thank you to the Nurture team, to Bindu, Shanice, Reina, and et cetera. We're just so grateful to everyone that worked on this.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eliza, and congratulations, teams. Next, our own graduate associate and current student at Harvard Graduate School of Education, Helen Wida, will present this year's new $5,000 juried grant award. Helen.
Thank you so much, Lauren. My video is not starting, but that's okay. Okay, here it is. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here. I am so excited to be able to announce this year's new award of $5,000 to a team that is working to create a better financial future for all by increasing the number of underrepresented small business owners. Here's what the judges had to say. In talking with the team, it is abundantly clear that they have thought through every piece of their model. We feel confident that they will be able to successfully implement and scale this proposal to help close the racial and gender wealth gap. So congratulations to Team New Majority Capital Foundation for receiving a $5,000 grant. And if the team is here and would like to speak, we would love to hear from you.
I see Daryl is joining, so we're so excited to be have him say a couple of words. Hi, Daryl, you are on. Hi, Daryl, can you hear us? I can see you.
I was trying to say thank you, and I don't know what's going on with my connection right now, so I apologize. I know I only have a minute to just say thank you, but I really appreciate MIT putting on this showcase for us to be able to present our and I apologize that my audio is not coming through right now.
Oh no, we can hear you loud and clear. Thank you, Daryl. Congratulations on your venture. We're super excited for you. Awesome. Thank you, Helen, and congratulations to New Majority Capital. Next, we have long-term ideas supporters, Danielle and CARIE LEMACK, who are joining us again this year to present this year's $7,500 juried grant award. Danielle and CARIE.
Hello, my name is Danielle LEMACK, and I'm here with my sister CARIE, and I can't tell if we're on, but hopefully we are. We are so thrilled to be here as part of the Ideas. challenge. I'm sorry, I always want to call it a competition. We've been involved for so many years. Years ago, our family wanted to do something to honor our mom. Our mom was Judy Camilla LaRock, and she was entrepreneurial. She had a can-do attitude. And when she was presented with a problem, she always wanted to find a way to solve it. And so when we learned about the Ideas Challenge, it seemed like the perfect solution, how to take a challenge and make something good out of it. And that's what we've seen year after year after year. And we've really had the opportunity to watch so many teams come up and through this. And as Kevin said earlier, some of you will be getting grants, some of you will not, but really everything that all of you are doing is so amazing and so impactful in today's world. And we just genuinely appreciate it and truly encourage you to continue to move forward regardless of the outcomes today, because you all bring so much to the world and help make it a better place. So thank you for that. Congratulations to all of you for being here. And now we'll start.
So my name is CARIE LEMACK, and I'm just so honored to be here along with my sister, honoring our mom and all of you who've worked so hard. The judges said the following about this team that's going to win this award, quote, "This project addresses an important community-specific need by utilizing a feasible plan and specific partners. This team also recognizes the scope and timeline of this work and has a vision to carry it out. This is a classic ideas project."
Judges continued by saying this team is combining digital solutions with an all-inclusive, low-touch service to make plastic waste disposal and collection effortless, innovative, and more responsible while boosting development in their target local economies, starting with Ghana.
So on behalf of myself, my sister, and our entire family, we're thrilled to present the $7,500 jury grant to Ishara.
There's no applause, so we'll applause for you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I don't know if I'm on, I can't see myself. But hello everyone, my name is Akofa and I'm the team lead for Ishara. And I want to thank the PKG Center, the Ideas Group for this opportunity, for believing in our project, and the entire team, all who backed us and supported us throughout this project. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to receive this grant and to believe in the vision.
Amazing. Congratulations. Next, I am pleased to introduce these two longtime IDEA supporters, Victor Tom and SZE-WEN Koo. Victor and SZE-WEN have humbly served in many capacities to support ideas. Victor and SZE-WEN will present this year's $10,000 Jury Grant Award. Victor and SZE-WEN.
We're not on yet?
You are unmuted. Start talking.
Oh, should I start talking, Lauren?
You are good to go.
Okay, we are so fortunate to have participated in this wonderful program as judge and reviewer for over 8 years. As in Rotary's motto, we're both Rotarians, service above self. You students have demonstrated passion and desire to make a positive difference in the world in one of the newest Rotary areas of focus, the environment.
The judges said the following about this team. In terms of innovation, feasibility, and impact, this team checked all three. The systemic problem this team is solving is urgent and important. This team is working to deploy cost-effective solutions for climate change mitigation and adaptation in the Caribbean shores. We are thrilled to present the $10,000 Jury Grant Award to
SOS, Sustainable Ocean Solutions.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much for recognizing us with such a distinction. For us, it has been an honor to be part of ideas and just really this entire ecosystem. Looking forward not only to CARIE, the names and the work that has been, the recognition that we have received, but also, through this ecosystem and keep the collaboration among all the finalists and all the other ones that have participated on the program. Really looking forward to that. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Team SOS. Next, we have an Ideas alum and the $15,000 juried grant recipient for her venture, Birth by Us, in 2022, Mercy Oladipo. Mercy will present this year's $15,000 juried grant award. First, Mercy will give us a little bit of an update on what she's been up to since receiving this grant 1 year ago. Mercy.
Thanks, Lauren. Hi, everyone. My name is Mercy Oladipo, and I'm a senior at MIT studying computer science and biology. And as was said, I'm the co-founder of Birth by Us, the 2022 recipient of the $15,000 juried grant award for the MIT PKG Center's Ideas Social Innovation Challenge. So just to give some context, when we first applied to Ideas, we had a proposal and essentially a dream how technology can be introduced to intentionally and effectively help resolve the maternal health crisis in the United States. This crisis is one that disproportionately affects people who look like me and my co-founder Ijoma, as Black women are currently 3 to 4 times more likely to die in childbirth, regardless of education, income, or any other socioeconomic factor. Through Ideas, we received access to amazing mentoring and brainstorming sessions around defining and quantifying impact, setting success metrics, and much more. With these tools and the monetary award, we've been able to create some meaningful change. To start, we completed our minimum viable product and grew our waitlist to over 150 expectant parents and postpartum mothers who leave comments every day saying things like, "Hurry up, I need this now." We are also excited to announce an upcoming pilot with Momentum Park, a nonprofit dedicated to supporting Black women through their pregnancy and postpartum experiences. We've also continued to form new partnerships with maternity experts, such as mothers, midwives, doulas, obstetricians, and more, and have used their feedback to continue to refine and iterate our product. At the same time, we've expanded our team from Ijoma and myself to now having had 7 interns across MIT and UC Berkeley who help us with marketing and resource creation. In summary, the support from the PKG Center and other MIT entities has been invaluable to our success, and I can't wait to see how it changes the experience for all of you. Now, please allow me to pass the torch to the next team, who will be receiving this year's $15,000 jury grant award. The judges said the following about this team. Given their space knowledge and the problem they are trying to address, and their model for feasibility and the impact they want to create, they are strong award winners, hitting the mark on all criteria. The team has direct work experience in the space that they are innovating in, a clear example of applied experiential learning. This team is automating the international commercialization process of medical devices from the US to increase access to healthcare in Latin America. I'm thrilled to present the $15,000 jury grant award to Medicana. Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for this award. We're super excited to be here today. It was an honor to participate alongside all the teams. It was great to learn about the amazing cohort and very amazing experience for us. We're honored to be having this award and very excited for what's to come.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Medicana. So I am thrilled to bring back to the stage Jill Bassett, who will be presenting the $20,000 Juried Grant Award. Jill.
Thank you, Lauren, and congratulations to all of the student teams that have received grants so far. I know that our online applause is not applauding in the way that we would like consistently, but we are like jumping up and down with great joy and excitement about all of you. So the judges said the following about this $20,000 juried grant recipient. This project has a great logical process with the problem, solution, and impact being intertwined throughout. The judges feel strongly that the project has the chance to have an immediate impact on CPR training and save lives. Lifesavers Innovation will attach over existing CPR mannequins to provide a realistic, low-cost model for performing CPR on people with breasts. I am thrilled to present the $20,000 juried grant award to Lifesaver. Got some clapping going.
Hello, I hope you can hear me. Oh my gosh. So I'm Abigail, a representative of the Lifesaver team. We're originally a collaboration between MIT and Harvard EMS, so we'd like to thank both organizations for their continued support. We'd also like to thank Dr. Justin Steele, Dr. Brad Morrison, in addition to the American Heart Association and Reynolds Advanced Materials, who have also given us such great mentorship along this project's journey. Finally, we'd like to thank the family and friends of each Lifesaver team member who have helped us in hauling equipment back and forth and making additional models, and for posting every single link we've ever sent them on social media. Especially shout out to my mom for pasting all those links on Facebook. We look forward to our continued work for the PKG Ideas program and to continue our work to advance gender equity and cardiac arrest survival rates. Thank you all so very much.
Amazing. We will also be posting more information, videos, and an article about all of these teams. So if you're not yet familiar with them and their details and all of the ways that they're going to improve lives around the world, we will make that available to you. For those of you celebrating with us today, we are looking forward to another 22 years of cultivating student social innovators and entrepreneurs. And if you are so moved, we'd welcome your support. We have a handy dandy QR code and a bit.ly link on the slide if you are so moved, or you can always reach out to us directly or me personally at the PKG Center. And with that, I will turn the mic back to Lauren to close us out.
Awesome. Thank you, Jill. And congratulations to each and every one of our finalist teams who have received seed grants or today's additional grantee teams. All of the ideas teams will work on their projects over the summer and report back by the start of next academic year. Additionally, they will have guidance from the PKG Center and our incredible mentors. The juried grant recipients will focus on implementing their projects over the next 16 months, and we will maintain regular contact with them during that time period to support their implementation. Major kudos is merited to all of our ideas finalists. We so look forward to supporting all of you as you proceed along your paths. It was an honor and a pleasure to meet each of you and to see your growth over the course of the seminar series. And for MIT students who are joining us and watching today over webcast, we sincerely invite you to further engage in social innovation with the PKG Center. For our MIT students, please consider joining our social impact internships, fellowship programs, or one of our pre-orientation programs, introducing students to the many pathways to social impact and tech for social good at MIT. And for all of the guests joining us here today, please consider serving as an ideas volunteer or hosting an undergraduate social impact intern. Please visit our website at pkgcenter.mit.edu to be in touch. You could always follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to stay in touch. This concludes our celebration today. I hope you are as inspired as we are. And thank you everyone for coming.